Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Jacob Christopher Lesnow, 24F242298. Good morning, sir. Your name?
Jacob Lesnow.
You're charged with a violation of probation. They think you failed to refrain from possessing alcohol. You had positive results for alcohol on March 19 of 25, according to them, and you admittedly consumed alcohol. If you plead, and you have the right to a lawyer on this, I'll be happy to give you one. If you plead guilty, if you're found guilty, you have no prior technical violations. You could get 5 days. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the advice of rights and read and understand the rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you want a lawyer? I'll give you one at public expense if you want one. Would you like a lawyer?
No, Your Honor.
To the charge that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive at a chemical test at DNA on March 19 of 25, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you consume alcohol, say within the 3 days before that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
What did you consume?
I was at dinner with my boss. It was 3 Coronas.
I can't hear you.
I was at dinner with my boss. It was 3 Coronas.
And you had those within the 3 days preceding the 19th of February, of March rather?
Yes, Your Honor.
And nobody's forced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna accept your plea. We're gonna get Ms. Tessino in here. And we will go from there. You can have a seat right at the table there, if you would, please.
I don't know.
Recalling Jacob Christopher Lesnow, 24F242298. Your name?
Jacob Lesnow.
All right, so I'm gonna sentence you now, unless you tell me, Judge, I want a lawyer. I'm not trying to scare you.
Yeah, I gotcha. Would it make any?
It's up, I can't.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
I can't make that decision for you.
No, I am guilty. So.
What would you like to tell me?
Well.
What happened? Why'd you do this?
So I was out on dinner with my boss, and he knew what happened in July when I was convicted of OWVI.
I knew that.
Yeah. So he was really helpful in the beginning. So it's been, I don't know, 7-8 months. I just got a job promotion. I told him because I think it was 6 months already went by, and I was eligible for early dismissal.
Again. Amazing.
So I already talked to Ms. Tessino, and she was sending paperwork in and whatnot for my early dismissal because it was past half my probation. She said I may or may not have to test one more time. It was a misjudgment, and I should have just not drank with him. He knew it. I told him I was done. It was a mistake. Yeah.
Name?
Tessino.
What do you want to tell me?
So I kind of came to the end. Yes, I have applied for early discharge. I always make it very clear you're on probation until I tell you otherwise. I mean, he did the right thing and he was honest, because interestingly enough, his ETG did come back negative from the lab. So
It did?
It did. And obviously with the appliance for these, everything else is been complete, really up to what all he had left to do was continue to test and refrain. So I mean, he emailed me immediately, told me what happened, and obviously not the best judgment, but I did get the lab back.
Where do you work again?
The airport, I work for Signature Flight Support. Been with them for 4 years now.
Can I see the screen? Couldn't have just waited a couple more days?
Sir, Your Honor, I just got the job promotion. I was excited. I figured I was done. Obviously I wasn't. That was my fault.
How old are you?
23. But I mean, I figured honesty is always the best policy, and I was upfront with her.
Give me the scenario again. He tests positive at DNA.
Yep.
He emails you and admits he drank.
Yep. He told
We
me.
send it to the lab for the confirmation test negative.
And it is a weird situation because had he not been on it,
I know,
he would have been.
I know. You make a bad criminal, Mr. Lesnow. I say that with all respect and complimenting you, which is good. I have a fundamental problem sometimes with us taking people that are honest. Without his admission, you have nothing.
Exactly.
You have nothing.
He would have been discharged.
You seem like a nice kid. Don't let this kind of stupid thing get in the way of your life. But if I take his plea, technically he can't get off of probation now.
He wouldn't be eligible again for 90 days.
I know.
Which would still be early. Could we maybe do something where we adjourn sentencing to give him a couple weeks of testing?
I've already taken the plea.
Oh, yeah. Trying to think of a happy.
I guess I do make a poor criminal then, so.
Let me think about this a minute, okay? I think, I mean, it'd be easy to be a tough guy and come down on him, but I don't want to do that because you were honest, and that means a lot to me. And if you hadn't been honest, we wouldn't have a case. There would be no violation. I just have a fundamental problem. I think I've said this before, with us taking honest admissions and penalizing when the test came back negative. That was the way I felt about one other one that happened recently. Correct. I think I took that plea. But I didn't do anything. Pretty much.
I think you gave her sober.
But I didn't do jail. I didn't, and she might have deserved. All right, let me think this through. Let's see.
No.
Mr. Lesnow, you seem like a nice kid. Don't act like a criminal anymore. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Emily, yeah.
I just have this, and I don't quite know how to handle these. It's like I've seen more of these in the last month than I did in the last 3 years, it seems like. I have a problem with taking somebody that's honest, which we preach, which is a fundamental aspect of a sobriety court, or frankly, any probationary case. And the guy's honest, and now he's getting penalized. I don't want to do that. That's not right. We're not right. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you if you want to dismiss this, and then Mr. Lesnow and I are going to talk. You want to move to dismiss this?
I'm okay. I guess my follow-up question would be, how would you like me to proceed?
I have no idea. We're gonna have to talk about that. I really want to talk about that. I don't think, I think when they start admitting if it's
not
not,
more in terms of the early discharge.
and I know,
Because I could technically like reapply him and we'd wait another 14 days. So that would be, 14 more days of testing.
that's what I'm gonna do. You can dismiss this, okay? you move to dismiss this, right?
I do.
Now, here's what I'm gonna do. Defendant to remain on probation. So any defendant to remain on probation. What's he testing now?
Monthly.
Orange.
Yeah.
Until May 1, until May 1. I want him to, defendant to test on demand, and I want him testing at least 2 or 3 times between now and then. So I'm changing this to on demand testing.
Can I make them a color though? Can I make them black?
I don't care what you do. I just want to make sure he tests 2 or 3 times at random. I don't want him just testing. Stop.
Sorry.
I don't want him testing just once monthly.
Okay, I'll come
So
up.
I don't care how you do it. I want him testing 2 or 3 times, and he's on probation till May 1. And if you're clean and you stay out of trouble, and you get a sober link before you go to wherever you're going.
So still a silver link for his trip?
Yep,
Okay, got it. All right.
yep. Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Stay out of here. You know what? Okay. Sorrell. Gregory Lynn Sorrell, 25W376908. See out there? Jesus. What's that? People. All right, I have 25W376908 A and B. Mr. Sorrell, your name?
You know it already. Gregory L. Sorrell. Morning there. Good morning, Vietnam.
Good morning, what?
Good morning, Vietnam. You know the movie.
I sure do, Robin Williams. He was
That's
really good in
right.
that.
Man, I remember everything. I got a photogenic memory, man. You want me to tell you about every movie, every star? Like I said, man, I
That's
don't have
okay.
no mental problems for
All right.
sure, man. I got a photogenic memory. My principal of my school would tell you so, man. Baptist Park
All right.
Christian School, man. I went to Gilead Baptist Church. Yeah, and Dave. There you go.
All right, all right. Listen, I'm going to ask you, do you want a lawyer or not? This is a resist and obstruct and a pedestrian violation. Do you want a lawyer?
Do I want a lawyer? No. No, I'll represent myself, man. I know all about law. I went and saw my brother for 28 and a half years, shot by the Arizona police, man. Yeah, and I know a lot about law, man. So you know what? I
I'm gonna
actually
go ahead and,
tailored because he was gonna give me a felony. And they got a warrant right now. They don't want me to tailor. You know why? Because they tortured me, man. And I almost went to go.
All right.
There you go. Okay. All right. No, I don't want one.
okay. I'm gonna arraign you. On March 4 of 25, they think you did commit the offense of resist, hinder, and obstruct an officer. They think you refused to comply with lawful commands. They also think you had a pedestrian violation of jaywalking, essentially, which is a civil infraction. So the misdemeanor, hang on, come on, hang on, Mr. Sorrell, let me just get through it. Resist and obstruct is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all. The pedestrian violation is a civil infraction. Do you understand all of that?
Of course I do. I ain't worried about that crap.
All right, hang on a second. Come on, stop, please. Really?
You're making me laugh, man, because you know what? They gave me 20 tickets in 1 week, man. Come on. Because they don't like me, that's why. You're lovely police, and they are your police. They work for you because they get sent to your court, man. I ain't stupid. Brownstown, Flat Rock, all that trip, man. Yeah.
All right, okay. Come on,
I'm
come on.
suing them for a bunch of money. They stole my guns and everything, man, for nothing for my mom. I have proof, man, and I'm about to sue
All right.
them. When I get out.
Okay. So, you know, I got to cover your rights with you. You have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have the right to a trial by court or jury. You have the right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I changed my mind. I want a court-appointed lawyer because I want to see who it is, and then I'll decide if I want him or not. There you go. I want a court-appointed lawyer that I'll talk to and see if I want him or not. I'm that smart. I want a court-appointed lawyer.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
See if I want him or not.
How long is he gonna be in there, Lisa? What, do you know?
He has a felony that he's found over on.
Yeah, which I completed because I didn't want to stay in the old county building. I wasn't guilty.
Hang on a second. Wait. I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. I'm gonna set it for a pretrial. I'm gonna give you a $500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. We're gonna appoint him a lawyer, Lisa. I've seen enough of his petitions, I believe. So go ahead and appoint him a lawyer. We'll just set this on the next Woodhaven docket, which should be 2 weeks from today, April the 16th. Hopefully you'll be out by then. If you are, actually, you know what I'm gonna do, Mr. Sorrell? I'm just gonna set it for April the 30th, okay, Lisa?
Okay.
And
cool.
we'll set that at what time?
8:30.
And if you're out, you gotta show up on April 30. If you're not, then we'll have you brought before the camera. But I'm entering a plea of denial, plea of not guilty, personal bond. So if you get out on the other one, unless you got some other hold, you'll be released. I wish you well. We'll see you April 30th. Good luck to you, Mr. Sorrell.
Hey,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Hey, Judge, I appreciate it. I'm getting ready to do what I told you I'm gonna do, man. I'm leaving Woodhaven. I told them I was gonna be a thorn in their side of the damn police because they pissed me off. But I'm just telling you, I'm leaving it, man. I'll be good. All right, man. Bye.
Debris and Najah Moore, 24B1473758. Ms. Moore,
Good morning, Your Honor.
how you doing?
Okay, how are you?